everybody. Welcome to Carmel Valley. We're out in the middle of nowhere, somewhere on 3,300 acres of wilderness. Perfect time to talk about the three-legged stool. We forgot our stools, so I'm going to draw one. So that's going to be the top. We'll call this the body. And then you have the three legs of the three-legged stool. A stool can't stand by itself, all right? So the middle leg is stressors. I'll explain those in a minute. This leg is the microbiome, the bugs in your gut and all around your body. This leg is your DNA and your genes. So here's the body. Now, as long as the bugs in our gut, the microbiome, the ones that we have, 100 trillion microbiome in our body, taking in the environment, all the food that we take in, the microbiome breaks down and digests so that it can feed our cells. Now, the problem is the stressors are physical, chemical, and emotional. Emotional. Okay, so these stressors act on our body and they cause these microbiome to potentially, when we have stress in the body, the endocrine system goes wrong, the adrenal glands go wrong, we start to get problems with our liver and our kidney and all of our digestive and detoxification system. So pretty soon we have some chronic inflammation going on in our body. So we have chronic inflammation. Okay, now chronic inflammation we know causes chronic disease. Because when we have chronic disease, that turns on bad genes in your DNA and we get disease processes starting. Chronic disease. Now, 50% of America has some kind of chronic disease. 80 million Americans have 3 or more chronic diseases. We talked about what happens with the microbiome. We have microbiome that digest carbohydrates, proteins, or fats. And what happens because of all the inflammation in the body, these, not only human cells, but the microbiome might be very healthy, having a symbiotic relationship with the body, which means it's working well. But with all of the toxins, which are chemical stressors, the mercury, the lead, the glyphosate, all the additives in the food, the poisons in the environment, the bad estrogens you get in a lot of the makeup products that people wear and stuff like that, the formaldehyde in our clothes and our couches and all that stuff starts to cause the liver to get toxic, so it can't clean the blood correctly. So we have these microbiome end up becoming very unhealthy themselves. They get down to about 3s and 4s instead of 10s and 1s and 2s, and then they start producing very bad products. So these good healthy microbiome look like this, the very bad microbiome look like this. These guys that are in our gut eat our food and produce nutrients and vitamins to go into our bloodstream and feed our cells in our brain. These microbiome eat our food and produce mycotoxins, or basically poisons that get into our bloodstream and get to the cells, get in the cells, turn on bad genes, and then we get chronic disease starting. So what we're attempting in the 21-day challenge is we're starting to wipe out the bad microbiome. We're trying to get your hormones functioning better, get some of the chemical stresses out of your body because we are taking away some of the bad foods that you've been eating, and we're getting your body to burn what? That's right, ketones instead of glucose. So as we get it burning ketones instead of glucose, ketones burns dirty or clean? Clean, right. And I heard that. And then glucose burns dirty. So that's why we're changing our diet so that we can have less of a chemical effect on the microbiome and the genes so that our body can get healthier. So I hope that makes sense. We'll talk to you guys soon. See if we can find our way home.